The next day, in his bedroom, Hart wonders why his dad hasn't been visiting him as usual. He assumes his dad must be busy with something else, but Hart doesn't mind as long as he doesn't have to do more swordsmanship training. Suddenly, Hart hears a noise outside from a maid looking for bandages and antiseptics to treat wounded soldiers. Intrigued, Hart turns on his magical surveillance system and discovers that the castle's soldiers have returned heavily injured. The support unit is trying their best to heal them, but it's not enough. Hart goes to see his dad, who is sitting quietly in the corner. He asks his dad to explain the situation. His dad reveals that there have been recent attacks from thieves in their province. He received information about the thieves' base and went there to stop them, but his army got counterattacked despite being well prepared and cautious. Hart's dad feels responsible for the failure and the demoralization of the remaining soldiers. Flay mocks the royal soldiers for being beaten by thieves. This angers Hart, and he tells Flay to stop. Hart secretly uses his healing magic to fully heal all the injured soldiers, including his father, surprising everyone. Hart goes to sleep, while Flay waits outside his room. When Hart wakes up and opens the door, he finds Flay standing there. He asks her if she had been waiting the whole time, but she doesn't respond, realizing she was only following his order to stay quiet. Hart apologizes for losing his temper and allows Flay to speak again. Flay feels guilty for unintentionally offending Hart and apologizes to him instead. Hart takes Flay to the castle roof to show her his surveillance of the entire province. He reveals his intention to find and punish the thieves who attacked his father and the royal soldiers. Hart locates a gang of celebrating thieves in the woods, some of whom are dressed as soldiers. He assumes this is where his father's men were ambushed. Hart and Flay realize that the thieves must have known about the royal soldiers' attack due to an internal spy. Deciding to eliminate all the thieves at once, Hart uses flight magic and heads to the woods with Flay. Meanwhile, Hart's younger sister, Charlotte, sees him flying away and wonders who he really is. The thieves reveal that the captain of the soldiers is a spy who wants to get rid of Hart's dad. Flay overhears and uses stun magic to petrify all the opponents. Hart makes them confess their true identities by intimidating them. He discovers that the disguised soldiers are from a neighboring empire, and their plan is to cause chaos in the kingdom. Hart thanks the thieves for cooperating but shows no mercy. He commands Flay to burn the entire fort, punishing the thieves for ambushing his dad. Flay sets the fort on fire, and they quietly leave, ensuring no evidence of their involvement remains. On their way back, Hart decides to send an anonymous letter to his dad, explaining the events at the fort. The next day, Hart's dad's advisor learns from the anonymous letter about the spies from another kingdom and the eradication of the thieves and fort. The advisor confirms the letter's claims with testimony from the surviving thieves. Hart's dad wants a thorough investigation as he realizes his fears about the Empire's involvement have come true. Charlotte wonders who took care of the bad guys, and Gold assumes it must be Flay, considering her lack of empathy and strength as a demon. Gold tells Charlotte that Flay wants to establish dominance over the monsters in the province, and she may have ended up establishing dominance over the thieves instead. But Charlotte suspects Hart's involvement and seeks answers from Flay. She straightforwardly asks Flay if there are two Harts, as she saw him flying with her. Charlotte also tells Flay that she finds Hart sleeping in his room, unusual as she didn't sense his usual menacing aura, leading her to suspect he might be a doppelganger. Flay is impressed by Charlotte's observation but doesn't explain the situation fully. Flay tells Charlotte not to worry and advises her to mind her own business to grow stronger. Flay informs Hart about Charlotte's suspicions, and Hart decides to increase surveillance on Charlotte to prevent her from discovering his secret activities. One night, Hart goes out of his room to use the toilet, and Charlotte secretly follows him to spy on him. Hart realizes he's being followed and decides to confront her, but Charlotte immediately runs away. Later, when Hart goes for a bath, Charlotte secretly follows him again to keep an eye on him. She continues spying on him during his training sessions, studying, conversations with Flay, and even during baths. After a week of spying, things seem almost normal. Hart's mom, Natalia, decides to take Charlotte on a trip due to an upcoming festival. Hart suggests Natalia take Flay with them, but Natalia believes Flay is running errands for Hart. One night, Hart's surveillance alarm wakes him up, indicating something is wrong. Empire soldiers have ambushed Natalia and Charlotte during their journey, and they are struggling to defend themselves. Natalia tries to escape with Charlotte, but her leg gets injured. Heart's magic takes control of Charlotte, guiding Natalia towards an escape. They find a bright cave nearby, realizing someone else is helping Charlotte. Natalia decides to search for these presumed heroes of justice and asks Charlotte to stay inside the cave. Outside, the cave entrance is sealed with illusion magic. The Empire soldiers find Natalia, and she decides to end her life rather than be tortured. Heart arrives just in time to save her, making her unconscious. He defeats all the Empire soldiers quickly and carries Natalia back into the cave, hiding his presence from Charlotte. He changes his voice and instructs Charlotte to take care of her unconscious mom until help arrives. Charlotte easily recognizes Heart's evil aura and wonders why he saved them if he's evil. She confronts Heart, asking if he is a hero of justice. Heart's mind struggles to process the absurdity of Charlotte's question, but he goes along with it, repeatedly affirming that he is indeed a hero. Charlotte, with her limited understanding, assumes that Heart's powers are intended for defeating villains, and approaches him to apologize for misjudging him. Heart urges Charlotte to keep his identity as a hero of justice a secret, and she agrees, even promising to lie to her father for him. Heart then takes his leave from Charlotte, using the excuse of continuing his hero work while actually needing to return to the castle to avoid arousing suspicion. Back at the castle, Gold receives an anonymous letter confirming Natalia and Charlotte's safety, with Flay escorting them. The letter mentions that the heroes of justice will handle any threats from the Empire soldiers. Heart, however, accidentally reveals that he believes in the heroes of justice, causing Gold to become suspicious. Charlotte and Natalia return home, and Charlotte finally approaches Heart, ready to talk and build a relationship with her brother, and thus, the episode came to a close. Thank you for watching this episode's of Recap. Don't forget to like and subscribe.